Well, Boris Johnson's impeachment process has officially started. This is the British parliamentary version of what Americans have. The Privileges Committee's job is to investigate, to make sure to see if Boris Johnson did mislead or lie to Parliament. If he did mislead Parliament, then he's going to have to go. Now, this video is actually about one of his own cabinet members, Liz Truss. Now, Liz Truss has basically put him on notice, finally, and she's ready to abandon the ship. Well, it's all kicking off as usual in the Westminster bubble. We are now awaiting the result. And well, firstly the process, then the verdict of the Privileges Committee, the committee that's now been led by the Labour Party's Harriet Harman. Now, because the chair of the committee is Harriet Harman, a Labour MP, the Downing Street have come out to hit back to say that Boris Johnson is facing a kangaroo court over this inquiry. They are calling the Privileges Committee the kangaroo court because they say, well, it's already going to be biased anyway. Now, I get the argument, but at the same time, this is a parliamentary process. The MPs, Tory and Labour MPs, part of this committee, they are technically, their hands are tied because they have to follow the process. If they come out to show, in terms of the verdict, actual bias, then it undermines the verdict. Now, I'm not even supporting either side. I'm just sick and tired of everybody, all of them. I'm just going to say that this is about how others are seeing Boris Johnson. Now, you've got the witch hunt, then you've got also internally, it's a bit of a battle. Liz Truss has been very quiet on this whole issue, but we all know that she's quite keen to replace Boris Johnson. And she came out and was interviewed by the Today programme. And she said something quite interesting. Now, this is about, I'm going to show you what she said, but this is about reading between the lines.
I believe and I trust the Privileges Committee to look at the evidence properly and make the judgment appropriately. And we need to allow that process to continue.
Do you think he'll get a fair hearing? And I think what you're saying is you think at the moment you think he will get a fair hearing.
Well, I trust implicitly my parliamentary colleagues to listen properly to the evidence and make the right decision.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious. This is the political language, politicians' language being translated into, well, it seems like this time it's probably not wise for me to be told by number 10 Downing Street to come out to just randomly support the Prime Minister, because it seems like this committee might make a decision that could go the other way around. And this time she actually said, well, I trust the process and I trust that they will make the right decision. Now, this is not some sort of threatening thing. That's actually saying, in case you guys are going to have a verdict to say the Prime Minister lied and he has to go, just to make sure I'm not part of it. I jumped ships. That's basically the translation. And it's quite interesting to see what's going to happen, because the previous video we just uploaded earlier today was on Sajid Javid. He's schmoozing people. He's holding drinks receptions with all their political advisors and the Westminster bubble Tories to gather support, I guess. And Liz Truss has been doing that, the networking drinks, for some time now. I think we are getting closer to having the potential future Tory leadership candidates showing themselves more vocally and more obviously in the coming days and weeks. Well, we're going to keep you guys posted on this Privileges Committee and the whole issue going forward. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.